Hey everybody, it's my new video. And Randy Keith Orton. Randy Orton is a third generation superstar. His father was Cowboy Bob Orton, and his grandfather was Bob Orton Sr. Now, I've been following his career since he was in Evolution. I didn't start liking him when he first entered the WWE, but I just started to get into like him in Evolution. I started becoming a fan of wrestling when I was about 19. I was about 19, and I think 19 or 20, that's when Kane, you know, took off his mask. That's around the time I started watching wrestling. But I kind of had a mixed feeling with Randy Orton, mixed, and like I started liking Gold Dust, but I'd always admire Randy Orton. I liked Gold Dust, D-Generation X. Gold Dust, D-Generation X. I like Gold Dust, D-Generation X. And then I started I like Edge. Edge is awesome. He's from Toronto. And Edge had a thing with Randy Orton called Rated RKO. And just recently, Edge beat Randy Orton. Edge beat Randy Orton at WrestleMania 36. I think it was 36. I'm not sure. My mind is blank. But because I'm the same age as WrestleMania, I am 36. But I've continued to follow Randy Orton's career until I started getting more into Randy Orton. I was also a Chris Masters fan. Back in the day, I was a Chris Masters fan. When Chris Masters came out, you know how Chris Masters has the thing, and he shows off his muscles. I started liking him, but I would always love Randy Orton. And around the time, and then I started liking Drew McIntyre. Became one of my favorites when he was known as the Chosen One. Out of Time, song. But Randy Orton was always there. That's until I found a new wrestling event. It's WWE's competition, AEW. And the first match I saw was Lance Archer versus Dustin Rhodes. Now that's a coincidence because Dustin Rhodes is Goldust from WWE, but after he left WWE, he could not take the name Goldust because it's a trademark for WWE, so he kept his name Dustin Rhodes. But the wrestler I loved, the first friggin' guy I recognized in AEW was Lance Archer. They call him the Murder Hawk. Jake the Snake Roberts brought Lance Archer to. Gonna get Lance Archer right there, man. His portrait. And right now, I am going to talk about the match that I think is going to happen in the future. It has not yet happened, but it will. It has not yet happened. But if Randy Orton, here's the set. Here's the set. If Randy Orton leaves WWE for AEW, Randy Orton voices in my head. He steps out and he's on the ring and he's saying, I'm here. He'll be saying, I'm here. Who's tough enough to face me? And then Lance Archer will be at the back ring, and he'll walk out with Jake the Snake, and he'll enter the ring and he'll be like, "Who the fuck do you think you are?" And Randy's like, "I am Randy Orton. Who the fuck are you?" And he's like, "I am the Murder Hawk." And then Randy Orton will tell Lance Archer, "Let's make this a no disqualification match. I want to face you at the next pay per view event. Let's see if you've got what it takes, Lance Archer." And Lance Archer will be like, "Listen here, kid. You're not tough enough to face me ever." And Randy Orton will be like, "Let's put your money where your mouth is. No disqualification." And then at the pay per view, they'll have the no disqualification match. Randy Orton walks in with a new entrance to song. Lance Archer comes up with his entrance song. You should hear Lance Archer's entrance song. It's friggin' awesome. Everybody dies. Then I'm gonna take my time. And then they fight, and then Randy Orton gives him about 4 or 5 RKOs, but nothing connects. Lance Archer keeps coming up. Then Lance Archer takes Randy Orton out of the ring and slams his head on the the steel chain, like bangs his head so many fucking times. Then Randy Orton and Lance Archer still. And then Lance Archer picks up Randy Orton and chokeslam. And they're looking at each other. They're both on the side of the ring, one side and the other side. And Randy Orton has this moment, like he's telling Lance Archer in his mind, right? He's saying what he's saying in his mind. He's saying, "You only got that one. You only got that one. You only got that one choke slammed, and I'm done. But I got that one RKO that'll finish you." And then he tells him in his mind, "Okay, let's see who gets it first." And then they slowly walk to each other because they're so done out. 50 minutes of wrestling, no disqualification. They walk up to each other, and Randy Orton tries the RKO, but Lance Archer delivers his. Lance Archer finally Lance Archer gets him in that submission. I forget what the submission is called, but he gets Randy Orton in the submission, slams him, and he doesn't even. And then he falls right on Randy Orton, falls right on his back. He has nothing left, and the referee says, 1, 2, 3. Winner Lance Archer has just defeated Randy Orton. And Lance they can't even get the guys off the friggin', they can't even get them to move. Like, they're not 50 minutes. They've been wrestling for hours. Hours. That'd be awesome. Hours, man. And they have nothing left. They're just laying there trying to bring themselves to stand. Anyway, that's the match that has not yet happened, but it will if Randy Orton ever joins AEW. Thank you. I hear voices in my head.